And it looks like we're live.
All right, Jeremy.
To start this third game of the SWBL season 18. Who do we have here?
All right, Brett Spencer. I am Sam Skibby. Brett, thank you for joining me again. We did game 1 together, back for game 3. And thank you for all the viewers for joining us. We are very excited that we can bring to you the live streams, and the sun might be directly over your left field view, but we will be getting this next game to you, Astros versus the Twins.
Yes, we were hoping that the YouTube would come through and click on so we could do the live stream through
YouTube,
there. But
a little upset with them, you know. We did everything they asked us to. Yep, and we still do not get to do live streaming through YouTube, which is a really frustrating thing. But you know, we have to go through Facebook, so we appreciate anybody that's joining us. And Jeremy Worrell on the mound for the Astros. And Brett, let's talk about last game for the Astros. Brewers-Astros, that's not how you expected the Astros to perform in their first game of the season.
No, we talked about it a few minutes ago. They were expecting to come in and hit. They added Cam. Well, Cam's been here, but they added Cole, who was the Rookie of the Year candidate, probably the favorite. And
the only hit in the game.
The only hit in the game, and that was surprising. You thought they would put up some numbers and they would compete a little bit, but you know, unfortunately, they just kind of rolled over. PG looked good on the mound.
Yeah, you can't detract you know, PG's game. I mean, throwing a shutout in this league is always difficult, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's PG's first shutout of his career. So having PG, who's an up-and-comer, and getting those reps now that his brother David Olderman is now on the team, we could see more of that for sure.
Looks like those practicing up in Wisconsin paid off for PG.
Jeremy gets pitched 2 strikes on Chris Metter to start this game off. And, you know, Gus actually was telling me earlier, Brett, this is going to be an interesting year because usually we're in May when it's at the beginning peak of daylight savings. But now we're getting close to the end of it in September, so we might be getting dark earlier, you know, and it's going to be really interesting to see. This is our first 7:15, and Jeremy Worrell, that is the second game in a row that Chris Metter has struck out on his first at-bat of the game.
You do not see that from Chris Metter very often, if at all. He barely strikes out.
Chris Metter, consistently one of the better hitters in this league and one of the more magical in the playoffs players that you can kind of talk about getting the championships. And a stat was thrown out, 5 championships in 8 years of the franchise era for Chris Metter as Spencer Bogat flies out, and that's the exact same way the Twins started last game. This will be an interesting game. Twins and the Brewers both 0-1, Brett. Who do you think is going to thrive in this game with Ed Lodonin and Jeremy Worrell on the mound for the teams?
It's a tough matchup because I don't know much about either pitcher. Edlo does not pitch much, and Jeremy, we've really only seen him in the summer league, and he looked actually great in the summer league. So, you know, this could be a tight game back and forth, but I'm surprised to see the Twins start off a little slow.
Yeah, shaking off some rust, definitely. You know, Corey McCarthy hasn't played wiffle ball probably since that season. You know, Edlo played just a couple games for your team with Summer League, and Chris Metter, just foul. That could have been the first run for the Astros of the 2020 season.
And you know Cam is chomping at the bit after his first game where he did not get a hit. So he needs something here, and I think the Astros need a quick start to feel good about this game.
Yeah, Cam moved to the top of the lineup this year from manager Brian Benware, and much deserved. And there it is, the first RBI of the Astros season in 2020. 18-0 their last game, and now they're up 1-0.
And no one better to do it than Cam Smith. I think he is their MVP that they are hoping will carry them to a bunch of wins this year.
He's got a role if that team's going to be successful.
Spencer, you didn't want to play third like in Summer Bowl?
That's not my choice. I'm not the captain.
I'm the captain.
And Spencer now is just sitting here watching his team, hoping they can, you know, get off the field and so he can
I want Corey to win right field gold glove, so I'm letting him play every game.
Nice pitch from Edlo there. And Brett, I will tell you, Ed Lodonin notorious.
Oh man, that was so
Elodon
close.
is notorious for sticking his tongue out as he
Wow.
pitches. See it as it comes out, right as he is in.
It's hard to see the pitcher from this angle.
Then
Just
you won't
one
be able
thing.
to see. Yeah, we are going to attempt to try different angles for you all on the live stream. The live stream tomorrow, we will probably start from here, and then in the afternoon we're realizing the sun's a little much, so we will probably transfer the live stream. Chris Metter knocks it.
Yeah, we'll be moving around a little bit, I think. You're right. We
Not
can
an
test
error.
different angles.
Definitely a hit.
I'm just trying to see something hit something.
Yeah, that was hit
That
hard.
was
That's,
hard
that's
hit.
a very tough play.
No reaction time there really, and Chris just hitting it back into play, keeping. Oh, and this should be. Corey can't get there. Gonna tag and double play.
Double play.
Wow, the first double play of the year there. Corey McCarthy. Wonderful tag and flip to Ed.
Quick lateral.
And I'll be right back, Brett. Take over.
So we are pretty lenient in terms of errors.
We needed it.
We're a hitting league. We like to hit. Most of our pitchers, good pitchers, are under 10 ERA, which is high as compared to other wiffle ball leagues the rest of the country. So you don't see many errors in our league. You don't see.
Last game, you said no.
Hi, Kevin Foley.
Never know.
But we have a great new setup. We have
I smell Skittles. Somebody drinking Skittles?
Anybody drinking Skittles?
Yeah.
No.
drinking Skittles.
What's that? Huh? That's what all the kids are doing. Let me get a sniff of that.
Who's drinking Skittles? Is that a thing?
It's the thing. The kids are boiling down Skittles and then injecting it into their veins.
Was that get them high or
Yeah,
something?
it gets them really high.
Oh, interesting.
It's tight.
Is it like when you put vodka in your eyeball and
I've never done that. Is that kind of high?
haven't you heard that thing? That's a thing. Like you take shots through
It
your
sounds
eyeball.
like you've done that before.
I mean,
I'd rather
No.
gouge my eye. Sounds awful.
that does sound, doesn't it sound miserable? So we start this inning here with Corey McCarthy, Jeremy Worrell back on the mound. He had a good first inning.
Ring the bell, Brett, ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Strikeout of
Corey.
Did we get that on camera?
It was.
it was live streamed. Everyone sees that.
That was the most
What happened?
athletic thing I've
Uh, I think Metter threw Edlow the bat and he caught
Oh, and just like that,
There
the
it
perfect
goes.
game is gone.
it. And that ties it up, actually.
You know, fantasy, from Peter Light adding a fantasy, and thank you to Daly's Smokehouse Barbecue for sponsoring our fantasy
Yeah, we definitely
league
didn't
this
touch our
year.
hands.
And it's interesting, a new component. You know, people might root for their fantasy teams. Brett, do you have a fantasy team?
I do.
What's your team name? Did you pick one? I forgot mine. I was something about commish, and then I forgot the rest of it.
I am
And
gonna look up my team.
I know
my actual
that.
team because Peter sent it to me because he was kind enough to
Well,
relay that.
Brett, I'll tell you, I'm probably in first place. I have PG as a pitcher, who just got me a shutout, which hopefully is going to be extra points there.
I have PG as a pitcher as well.
You do? Wow.
Unfortunately, I have Cam and Corey as batters, and they both struggled the first game, so I am needing them to pick it up.
Corey did hit a couple home runs though for you in that last game, and I
Corey?
I have Cam as a hitter as well,
Oh yeah,
and then I kind of forget who else.
I have you as a hitter.
I'm gonna do bad now, just so your team loses.
I don't remember my team.
I don't know if that's.
I don't remember my team
I
either.
mean, that's.
I think
I
I'm
paid
Corey.
$5.
All I know is I have Jimmy and PG as
I've got
pitchers,
Blake.
and Jimmy as my fielder.
Corey Blake.
I might have Corey and Blake and Cam. Those are my hitters. That's
So
it.
fantasy
you just-
kind of provides a unique aspect to this.
An extra
weekend.
group
we
to
don't,
root for.
We don't do it. I mean, it's kind of a newer thing. We've done it a few years, but Pete has taken it to another level this year.
Daddy.
Yes, for sure. And 28 teams signed up. I mean, that's just excellent right there. And maybe 29 because I think Trent signed up today. So 29 teams in fantasy, and it'll be interesting to see. I got to get the stats out as quickly as possible. So Peter, bye guys.
Brewers, good job. Way to embarrass us.
8.
8 or 9.
He had
8
8.
at the time, yeah.
Pete had 8. PG had
Keaton, Adams.
PG had 7. Kyle had
Solo
6,
shot there goes yard.
and Derek Cornell had 5. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were just.
How are they not the team to beat? They got the pitching and the hitting.
I mean, we did not. I didn't expect PG to pitch a shutout.
I don't vote
but
on the front office preseason rankings, but if I did, I probably would have picked them first.
Corey's going too.
Oh, he stopped short. Cam wanted it.
That's a tough one.
And, you know, as you know, a national teammate of Cam, you know, I'm glad he didn't go for 2 there. I would hate to see him injured before nationals in a couple weeks.
Yeah, this is.
Oh man, that was close.
We are getting back used to the running rule.
Cole,
where
can you
Cole
get it
goes up
over
and
the
gets
head
it.
of Metter? No. Sorry about that, folks. That was probably very audible for your ears. There's
Huh.
no fans here. No music, apparently, with the Sonos being out. So we'll just
have to bring some speakers
we'll call
or
that a chocolatey treat, he said.
Fudge.
Fudge.
Gotcha.
Chocolatey treat. Everybody loves a good chocolatey treat. And
Sam, would you like a drink?
In the air, charge them out.
I might like a drink. Probably not one of those apple things, I'll tell you.
Want something else?
Maybe.
I got
Let's get
I got a seltzer.
Hey, you're on it.
What's up, Jackson? Jackson, say hello to the
Jackson,
fans.
into the booth. Jackson, say hello to all the people out there on Facebook Live that are viewing everybody. Nope. Okay. Jackson is, right now, Chris Metter just stops the ball short.
Woo.
Nice play. Jackson is actually in virtual school right now. You know, he's working very hard from our home, and Jackson is doing a great job. But Jackson, you know, are you excited to sleep in the outside loft tonight on a nice night?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's a man of few words,
I'd be
ladies.
excited too, because I've slept up there a few times. It's fun.
Brett actually was going to sleep there, and then he ended up sleeping on the chair outside of the fireplace with his date. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yeah. I mean, it happened.
And Jackson walked away.
See you, Jackson. He is a man of few words.
Man, a few words. Give us the peace sign as he left. Looks like it's 1-1.
But you have to expect
2-1 now. Gus hasn't updated the score.
We need some hits.
You have to expect Jackson to eventually come into the league.
You know, he is 9 years old, going on 10 this year, and
You had told me that he's interested in starting his own league
He
in
is.
your guys' backyard.
Spencer Bogat home run there. Spencer getting on track here, and yes, you know, we already have kind of a name picked out. We're going to start the Twitter account soon, and this is a 3-year down the road project, but we're going to gradually, we're going to start the Twitter account young, and then kind of gradually show the progress in the field and everything. And we're really excited. We're really excited about the progress of the field in our backyard, and kind of get Jackson's League off the ground, and maybe in the end we can have, you know, that could be like our minor leagues, like you were talking about the other day.
We talked about that. I like the.
Oh, and that's going to be a fair ball if it gets.
I love the idea of an EPL type situation where the lower team in the SWBL is relegated
to the
down
north.
to the minor league.
Yes, and I'll reveal the name here alive if you want to. It's going to be the North Dover Wiffle Ball League, and the reason being we are at the corner of Andover and Northmore, and our logo is going to be made by Ann Brodsky, who made our scoreboard, lovely scoreboard, and it's an out there. And the North Dover Wiffle Ball League, it'll be the sign on the corner, the street sign. Yeah. It'll be just a graphic picture of that with some Wiffle Ball League. So it'll be the North Dover Wiffle Ball League. We're very excited to get that started in the next 3 years when they're in middle school. About the same time, a little bit earlier than when we started this league.
I mean, you have done so much for this league. I mean, you have to assume that having a league in your, obviously this is your parents' backyard and you've moved away, but now you are going to have a league in your own backyard.
Sure, and it's going to be, you know, like we started, an all-summer wiffle ball league, and I'll be able to devote, you know, the summer, and Labor Day is going to consist of the playoffs, you know, like a long weekend playoffs with a barbecue. We already have the schedule planned out, and it'll obviously begin in June after Memorial Day is over, barring any more pandemics, obviously. Hopefully that doesn't happen
Fingers
anymore.
crossed. And that means there was the time limit, but right during the swing, it's a rough time to.
It would have been even worse if it was a strikeout for sure.
Oh, Jackson's back. He wants to
Jackson.
talk to the fans.
Jackson, speak to the fans. Are you excited about the North Dover Wiffle Ball League happening in our backyard in 3 years? And do you think it'll ever be as great as the Skibby Wiffle Ball League, or do you think it'll be better? sucking on a lime, folks.
I have no words.
No words.
He's
he
just
is
so excited. He's ready to get
I
going.
don't even know what that is.
Guess what? It's our wiffle ball league in the backyard.
Which one?
The one we're going to start in 3 years. Oh my lord, people. He does know. He's just being sly. A walk by Ed Lodon in here. He's more interested in his lime than he is talking about his own wiffle ball league. Jackson will be the commissioner of the North Dover Wiffle Ball League, and I'm going to be teaching him all that I know about stat systems.
The ins and outs of the commissioner life.
Yes, yes, yes. We will have late nights together making sure everything gets updated. All the video editing. That's his favorite part. He's really excited to do the video editing and the social media presence. And I think he's
cool.
going to, he'll take it and run with it.
You can learn from Sam, and obviously Kevin has done a great job with the logo too.
I actually
so.
think Jackson might know more about it than me even right now. Like he could probably do some design work with it and make some cool things. And that's what I'm excited to see him blossom and grow and make it something really special.
We are looking forward to seeing what you can do with it.
Yeah, 3 years,
We
folks. Watch out for the North Dover Wiffle Ball League.
Cool.
Gonna take Wiffle Nation by storm. Back to this game, though. Oh, Jeremy Worrell on the mound. And, you know, this is a tighter matchup than the last two. You know, a lot of high-scoring action from the Brew Crew. And, oh, and that's turning all over.
Ooh,
Makes the play,
that was
Jeremy
a
Worrell.
great play. That's a tough play with the ball spinning there, and he snags it. You're right, though. We have not seen a low-scoring game yet, and for a Edlow Jeremy Worrell matchup, you would not expect a low-scoring.
Yeah, the number 2 for the Astros and the number 3 for the Twins. You got to believe, and although Chris Metter pitched too, so who knows who the number 3 is now for the Twins, but it's a tight matchup here, and it's both these teams 0-1 obviously to start for the first games. Both looking for a win, and you don't want to start 0-2 on opening day for sure.
That's a tough way to go into Saturday. Most teams don't even play 2 games on Friday. Going into Saturday 0-2, already behind the 8 ball, you are struggling. And
Yeah, you really got to make it up later.
unfortunately, if the Twins go in 0-2, they are without Spencer Bogad for part of the rest of the time. So they're banking on Spencer bringing them 6 wins and getting them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's already down to just 5. So
That's right.
you only have 5 more chances with Spencer Bogad here, and Jeremy Worrell hits it very hard, but you can't hit it to that guy. I mean, let's talk about Chris Metter for a second. I mean, an unbelievable fielder, and everybody out there in Wiffle Nation knows who Chris Metter is. I mean, there's probably not one wiffle ball player that doesn't know who that guy is. I mean, and I'm not kidding. He is the best fielder, I think, in the history of wiffle ball. And I think you can ask any wiffle baller, and they will say the same thing. And it's awesome that he's in our league.
I mean, I would completely agree. I remember him first coming into the league a long time ago.
And he wasn't even that standout of a fielder at the beginning of his career. He really wasn't. But he blossomed into so much more.
He got used. He adjusted. He made the adjustments and got better and better. And he has turned into someone that it's very fun to watch in left field. So it's tough to see guys play out there that can't field, as we see Metter make another great play, as we were just talking about it. Picks it up with one hand and tosses it behind him. So you were going with, I mean, there's basically, you see Metter, you see BK out there.
Yeah.
But Metter has been consistently
in the conversation no matter what. Oh yeah, and
nationally even.
For sure.
But he's always number 1 or number 2 with platinum hands in our league.
Go down. This means stay.
And Spencer just made a derogatory gesture.
I have never seen something so
draw attention to
disrespectful.
him.
Why not?
I apologize for the wrong. Joe Buck? Yes, I couldn't even remember what he said. Stop bending that bat. Holy crap.
And it was a Randy Moss touchdown. Princess, are you going to get in the box?
I saw you throwing. I didn't know if you're ready.
Okay, adjusting himself before he gets in the box here. No, this is the latest that the games will be, and you can kind of see this is kind of a good actually time. You know, the sun is past the trees now.
Edlo, have you heard the voiceover of...
Your mom said the same thing. Is we are not used to playing so late in the year that it's going to get a little darker earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the teams might adjust when it gets a little bit darker. But dusk seems to be working fine, and you know that we're going to be ahead of the game tomorrow. You know, 17 games slated. You know we're going to be ahead of the time, so we'll be able to finish probably a little bit earlier, which will give me some time to, you know, get some extra sleep, not be up so late with the stats and things. But I'll tell you, it'll just be nice to only have to worry about 8 teams and only have to worry about 3 teams today for the stats and everything. And
Yeah. And
Kevin Skippy, the
Skippy.
groundskeeper here at the SWBL, and field looks fantastic.
basically, like the owner. He's like the stadium owner.
My dad really wants to get Gus and Alexis to move here and buy the house that's sharing the woods with us when they move, and cut down all these woods, and just fill this area, clear it gradually.
I mean, if you were to do that and to think about it, you could realistically rotate the field
and do another one.
and do a second field and do a flat field. So you would have 2 fields in the same area.
You good?
It would be a really interesting thing. I mean, Gus, I talked to him taking stats over there. He seems to like KC, and I know his wife's family's from Kansas City.
Sure.
So there's no plans to move back, but we can hope.
Yeah, if they ever go on the market, then if that ever happens, we got to convince some wiffle baller. If it's not Gus, if it's not I, we got to convince some wiffle baller to just buy up that house, and then we clear out these woods. And you can even use the house, Brett, as a natural left field fence.
That's right.
It could be up against Bush Grapes Park in the OCWA. They use Ryan Bush's parents' house as a fence, a natural fence, and it could hit the ceiling, come back, or if it goes over the house, obviously a home run, but that'd be a shot for sure. Yeah. Especially this, because it's farther than Bush Grapes Park would be. But it would be interesting for sure.
I mean, I like the idea. It's basically like a green monster type thing out there.
Sure.
We used to have a green monster in right field that we built out of plywood.
We did.
But it looks much nicer, much cleaner now.
Another $1 donated from Ruben Brown. Thank you, Ruben Brown, for donating, being our philanthropy sponsor. I do not know. We should know the score, ladies and gentlemen, more often, and
it's harder.
We should have a scoreboard or a scorecard. Just mark tallies. We'll do that tomorrow. We're always improving here at the SWBL, not just on the field, not just on our play on the field as well, but also in all the aspects to bring you whatever we can as fans. We're looking to see how many viewers we have, Brett.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 4. See, I
I'm
won.
one of them.
Well, we thank whoever's joining us for the games.
I don't know who it is.
Will Raff, maybe.
Maybe it's Will.
Will,
Maybe
if it's you, welcome.
It might be Will or Jimmy. They've
make-
commented either way.
It makes sense if it was Will. His team's here, and you look around. And
Although I thought Will was on the plane.
maybe he's bought the Wi-Fi. Who knows?
He could have been.
But I tell you what, Brett, it's so interesting to look around this field and see nobody here.
What?
Oh, I mean, the beauty of the field is undeniable, but you really can, I guess, take in the beauty. My father's right. You take in the beauty more than...
Kevin Skippy, you don't want to say anything to the fan?
Yeah, I tried talking him into coming and he tried to
You don't want to say anything to the fan?
This is-
The one fan.
Oh, the one fan. I got it. I think it's Will Rath.
We
so.
think Will Rath is watching right now. I looked and it said 2, and I think I was one of them.
Aww.
I know.
And I tell you what, Brett, there's no fans here at all. It is both the teams that are left plus the front office guys, and you got to respect the Brewers. They go 2-0, they're on a high. They could easily just stay. Oh, Layton with another fantastic
he's had
play.
three great plays.
Just snuck up there and snagged it, and Edlow distraught. Not as much as he was when BK robbed that, but that was close. And look at that, a man of honor goes up, gives him a handshake.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Maybe we can get Gus Skibby to get a score update. What is it, Gus?
2-2.
Oh, he's right. Wow, we were right, Brett. It is 2-2. And what a barn burner of a game here, Brett. And the Astros, obviously 2 home games on opening day, Twins 2 away games on opening day. And Astros get the last say for sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make a prediction. I think Cam is gonna go deep here.
Right here, huh?
I think so. I'm feeling it.
I think that he just heard you, and now the pressure's on, so he's gonna pop it up.
Ooh.
Told you.
Told you. I told
He told me.
you. That was demolished.
He did not touch first base, though. I know that's not a rule. You don't have to, but
And look, Cam goes to get his home run ball. What a good guy.
at a little fun fact at the national tournament, Brett, you went there the first year with me, and you don't have to run the bases, you know,
Yeah.
and the first year. And our team never ran the bases. There were other people that just ran the bases, but like every time me or you hit a home run, because me or PG, because Andy didn't hit any, but me or PG, every time we hit a home run, we just hit the home run and we walked right back to the dugout. The very next year, Chris Galloway, tournament director, said you have to touch at least first base. So then we would go, we touch first base. That happened for 2 seasons, and then it turned into you have to run all of them. And it just gets tiring. I mean, I've hit what? I mean, the second or third most home runs in the tournament, and it's like, that gets tiring, people.
See, that's just, I mean, it makes sense. Like you and Goose, I feel like you and Goose,
Ryan Bush and Gus are 1-2.
Can crush. It doesn't matter if it's fast. It doesn't matter if it's medium, slow, whatever. You guys can crush. But at a certain point, this is wiffle ball, and we're all getting older. Like, we want to get younger, yeah, but we're older, and walking, running the bases is just a lot more work than it should be, especially for this league. If we ran the bases, I think that'd be overkill.
Yeah.
We hit so many home runs, but Nationals, it makes a little bit more sense, but I still feel that
You know, but
it's,
I mean, I know there's not that many home runs in Nationals, but also just the flow of the game. Like, let's get these games moving. You know what I mean? Some of them are timed. Pool play, 45-minute time limit. That's definitely gonna be foul.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's the games when they're not timed. It's just too long. Hour and a half, 2 hours gets too long.
You don't want to waste your time running around the bases for home runs. I think it's more fun just to get the next guy up and keep playing. I get sometimes you want to run the bases. Like, I hit a home run off Ryan Bush, and
you want to try it.
And he was like, I think you should run the bases because that it doesn't happen. So I was like, yeah, take advantage, run a little bit.
And maybe people would like to relive the glory days, you know, and you know, get that trot in, you know. We were on the same baseball team growing up, you know, and we, you know, it's rare, especially like in that middle school, like hitting those home runs. And I remember there was one season, I think I hit 2 or 3 home runs in a season, which is a lot for a little leaguer, you know, to hit. And you want to run them. You want to run as a little kid. You want to go through it. And now most of those were inside the park home runs, you know, because you just hit it as far as you can. You just run as hard as you can. But
Nice job, Ed.
But you want the recognition. You want the build up. You want people to be looking at you after having a home run. But here in wiffle ball, it's you know, people hit 30, 40 home runs a year. You don't want them running every time.
Yeah. All right, so that'll end the inning, and Edlow with a nice pitch, 2 strikeouts that inning for both outs. It is 3-2, and did they just say it was the top of the 5th over there?
3-2, top 5, Gus?
Top of the 5th, Brett, and wow, this could be it. Jeremy Worrell shut the Twins down, but you have Spencer Vogat or Chris Metter coming up first.
So I will
top of their lineup.
I will say this is that Jeremy Worrell, he has good pitches. I do think it's very difficult to adjust to him the first time you see him. I think this is Metter's first time. I think this is Corey's first time. This might be Spencer's first time. So
take over, Brett. Yeah,
it is difficult to envision the Twins going 0-2 in the first day. But the Astros desperately need this win.
He walked the order, he said. He said just walked 8 in a row.
I'm just telling him what you told me.
He said
We are having a little hold up with the stats. So just kind of gonna hang out and wait till they get it squared away. If anyone's still listening. It's hard to tell.
I was going to try and trick you. That's a really cool fucking bag, bro.
Kevin, I think, is Kevin might be watching right now. Well, maybe not. Either way, he's been commenting. Kevin's ready to take shotguns at his 9 a.m. practice. So, and the Expos have 5 games tomorrow, so I'm not sure it's the best idea to start off a practice with a shotgun because we shotgun before every game. So, probably take it easy until 10:15. Okay.
Well, also Kevin's not going to be hitting probably, so I think he's good.
That's a good point.
Get your hand out of your pocket and play the game.
You could have had that.
I was reading.
Chris Metter, 2 strikes now, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3-2.
You're reading the newest.
3-2 in the top of the 5th here. Twins down by 1. Astros looking to match their win total from last year in the first day. Come on, Chris Metter hits it. Oh, that's going to be foul. Hit a tree, and that'll be out of play if it hits a tree.
This could be a turning point of the season for the Twins, I feel. If they lose this game, go 0-2.
Or if they
with
win
Spencer.
it and come back.
Exactly.
You're right.
If they
Yes.
turn around and can go 1-1
that a
with
ball?
Spencer, I think
Yeah, so what? Put it there.
that would turn their season around. But if they go 0-2 with Spencer here, I think that is a struggle for the next few days for them.
You know, Brett, sitting here watching these teams play and not playing on opening day, do you get a little nervous your first game? Like, what, you know, your first game, that was a little fast, obviously.
Yeah.
A little warm there.
Heat.
What up, buddy?
A little warm on that one.
Another year.
That one was.
The
But yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You want to get the monkey off your back, and that's huge for that team. The Twins needed to get Chris on base, hit it in the right spot. But it's always good to get the monkey off your back. Your first home run, and then you can start feeling it and moving it. But like for Peter to start 3 for 3 with 3 home runs for his first year, for this year, like that's excellent for his start and for his mindset going into the future. Because starting 2-0, having 8 home runs on the day at the beginning, like Peter's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, the captain of the team that went 2-0, PG pitched well, Kyle pitched
Oh,
well.
and Spencer takes it 4-3 now. Twins take the lead, no outs in the top of the 5th. Spencer wanted that home run, Brett. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Whoa.
don't. I mean, that
Good
was.
hit. I'm not
You
anymore.
got to announce it as it comes, and that was a big hit.
He
there.
swallowed a bug, it looks like, on the way. He is,
Need some water?
and Chris just threw a ball in the wood. Oh, there it is.
Run it. You're there. You're there.
Safe. Corey McCarthy.
Go two. Horrible coaching.
Did you eat a bug?
Can I have that bat? Yeah, don't touch it though. Okay.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Oh, man. Jeremy Worrell wishes he could have that pitch back, I'm
So I
sure.
remember, well, let's go back to when Edlow started. Do you remember when he started? He was,
You know, Edlow was actually a bench player.
yeah.
The very first season, 2003.
None of us
Ryan was a little
really,
bit.
none of us really understood him or knew him
Edlow's
very
out.
well. He was kind of an interesting character.
1 out. Edlow was not running very hard there. Corey obviously running hard, makes it to second safely. Brian Benwer bobbled, but recovers and gets Edlow out at first on the ground out.
And that's another big play. If he gets out there and they get out of this inning just down 1.
And Chris Metter, obviously a veteran of this league, and
Much more fun
you
to
know,
watch it
probably
happen.
the most
what's gonna
control,
happen.
most back control out of anybody. And you know, you're doing the EA rankings next year, and that contact, you got to believe he's going to be high up there.
Yeah, strike zone control. He knows what he's doing. He knows where the bat is. What's up, Jackson? Nice.
Teeth.
Lime, man.
Lime teeth.
Lime teeth. Jackson's back. He wants to talk about his new wiffle ball league again. Sarcasm? He does not. But
Still in the beginning phases, obviously.
yeah, it's the very, very early stages, but we're very excited. So
Chris
either
Metter,
way, but
looking to get on here.
Chris Metter is one of the better contact hitters that we've seen in this league. Slaps it the other way, slows his bat speed down, and just pushes it where he wants.
Yeah, he wants to get the hits, and he does that at the national tournament too, even on fast pitchers who are throwing, you know, 80s, 90, low 90s, and he can just stick that bat out there, push it down their baseline, and get on base. And everybody knows that's just how he gets on base, and he's one of the top hit leaders in the national tournament. Another low one, and it's got to be getting close to a walk here. The stat system tells you when it's 8, and it's getting a little dark. You know, Gus is right. This is going to be a tough game. He had to look at that one. He knows he already had a strike. Wants to get the walk. Wants to get on base for his team because Spencer Bogat, obviously the hot hitter right now.
Yeah, they want to put on as many runs as they can. This top 5. They need this win.
And it's
you
full
don't
count
want
right
to
now.
drop one of the Astros.
Full count here. Here's a pitch. Payoff pitch. Oh, hits him. That'll be a walk for Chris. And Spencer Bogat up. Last at bat, a home run. Really digging in there. Really got to do some raking when it comes to this
Trying to
afterwards
fill in
today.
the dirt holes at least a little bit.
Spencer Bogat, one of the biggest characters in the SWBL and around the country, known for his character, his funniness, sarcasm, etc. Woo.
So I'm gonna plug the Expos here because we are going for franchise of the year. We have Kevin Wheatucker for the Hall of Fame. He has made signs. He is very pumped up because he should be in the Hall of Fame. And we are doing everything possible to show that. So he's going to have 4 signs around, walk around, tell them hey, talk about them, say what's up.
The Hall of Fame voting, Brett, happening tomorrow. Everybody's first game when they arrive, they'll get the vote. So we will actually know Hall of Fame tomorrow night. Obviously, it will not be revealed. Oh, and there it is. Spencer with a 3-run home run, back-to-back down. You got to go. Even more important than that home run, how clutch is it for the veteran captain and Chris Metter to just get a walk there and get on base? I mean, he's a guy that could do the damage, but Chris Metter takes it for a team, gets on base, and leaves it to the hitter that is hot. I mean, that's just good managerial move right there.
He knows what he's doing. He gets up his hot hitter. He gets up the guy that hits the home runs. It's not that Metter can't do it.
Run.
Gerald.
Oh, it's not. He was
in the dirt.
Dirt.
He was in the dirt.
It's not that Chris Metter cannot do it. It's just that
absolutely.
He is aware of the situation.
Chris Metter, he has an MVP, and it was amazing. He was a contact hitter, turned it on for 1 year, and then boom, won MVP, almost broke the home run record, and then comes back and he's a contact hitter again. So he can do whatever he wants with that. But getting that walk there was huge for them. Corey McCarthy hitting a straight up foul ball. And now this one. This is going to be a tough play. Way too high. Corey McCarthy on base.
And the Astros are unraveling here at the end.
There's nothing you can do with that one, I feel like, though.
If they go into the 5th, 3-2, and start giving up runs, that's unlucky.
And giving up 5 runs, too. I mean, 5 runs so far in this inning, and that's more than they gave up the entire game. And that's what it does. One bad inning if you haven't scored either.
It's deflating if you
and
can't
Edlow,
hit yourself.
Oh, hits the wall just barely. Ooh. Oh!
I think it was safe.
Get the fuck out of here.
Guys, it's your call, not Gus's.
What did Gus call?
Whose call?
Your guys' call. You guys have to argue it out, but can't rely on Gus.
I thought he caught it right before he got to
What
the
did you
base.
say?
And I'm looking
He
at
couldn't
it like
see it.
this.
He was looking
So
down.
you're saying no the whole time, so your argument's invalid.
Gus was looking down.
You have the best angle, Spencer.
I thought he was safe.
I know. What?
If you go to me, I say safe because it was the exact same
So
time.
there's no point arguing this play. We already know the outcome of one of these.
This is one of the tense times.
Well, and it's tough because, obviously we're all friends. We're all family here. We want the SWBL to be, a good mindset for everybody. But at the same time,
People are competitive.
yes, exactly.
You play to win.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, you play to win, but you want to have fun in the interim. But it is one of those things that, you were just hoping that it doesn't get to a point where it's the playoffs and it's a game-winning run like this.
Sure.
This is something where it's a safe call at first, so people are more lenient and compromise, and I think that's what most people do.
Tough play there, obviously, too, and to run it out and Edlow getting there, but Chris hits it to
Come on, Corey. Come on,
center.
Corey. Come on, Corey. Come on, Corey.
Still there, Corey with the scoring the run. That's the 6th run of the inning. Is it smart here for the Astros to walk it in?
Personally, I would.
With Spencer Bogat up.
Personally, absolutely.
That's 6.
Personally, I would walk 2.
You walk 2. Spencer's 3-run home run. I mean, that's so much more than you're already
Than one
down.
run, yeah.
Although they only have 3 runs in the game, do you take the risk? Oh, almost had a souvenir for you, Brett.
You don't get him many balls up here in the booth.
No, you don't. And especially bats, they're hard to come by. You can't really find them. So, in St. Louis, the SWBL sold out the St. Louis area. Every single Dick's Sporting Goods of their balls had to order them online, then bring them in store, return them, and then buy them again with our sponsorship from Dick's Sporting Goods. That's how many. That was a little hot coming in there.
Yeah.
Especially when it's getting dark like this. I mean, this is 7:30 right now, and we usually start games at 7:15, so we gotta hope that games run a little bit quicker tomorrow because we still have a half an inning to play at the bottom half here.
Yeah, it'd be hard to play a full game at 7:15. You just kind of have to hope that throughout the day tomorrow we'll get a little bit quicker and maybe start the last game 6:45.
And there it was, and that's the inning.
And that's how it goes.
Wow.
I mean, it's just
You never
it's
know.
It's a
Spencer
tough thing to
Bogat,
call.
3 home runs in that last inning, Brett. I mean, you got to believe he's going to be this team's hero if they come away with the win here. I mean, heartbreaking for the Astros, but they still have a chance here in the bottom, and they actually can score as many needed to win. That's the home field advantage.
So they are down 11 to 3.
They're down
They
8.
need 9 to
They
win.
can score 9. So there's not even a run limit in the bottom half of the inning. They can score 9 to win. And nobody else you want to start off as your catalyst than Cam here. Never mind, Keaton's up. I lied to you. Sorry, folks. Keaton, although home run this game as well. Never mind, Jeremy's up. Guys, this is just,
Here we go. Here we go.
I believe Jeremy is up now. You know, this is why announcers take stats at the same time, you know.
They know what's going on in the game versus us just sitting here waiting for something to happen to talk
Yes,
about.
exactly. And that's not Chris Metter.
And he
just
doesn't
like,
even pick it up. He just pushes it.
It's just amazing the handles that this kid has. And 11 to 3, you know, Astros did not want to start having 2 games and 3 runs scored and 31.
Really not something you would expect.
29 given up. Excuse me.
Really would have thought they would have put up more runs. To be honest, I thought Cam and Cole would carry them. They haven't so far, and they just have to hope they turn it on either this inning or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and it's always tough too when you have a tough couple games to start your season. It's kind of hard to turn that off in your mind. I mean, most of this game is mental. You know, making sure that you're in the right mindset. Obviously, your physical abilities obviously need to be there, but if you're in your own head, I mean, it can be really difficult to get through a beginning of a season. Wow.
And that pitch went about 6 feet.
Hit the ground, walked Keaton, and now Cam has an opportunity here to get 2 runs and get some back for his team.
And I played with Cam during the summer league, and I didn't know anything about him before the league. He was picked, and you guys all said, "Oh, that's a good pick."
And
I agreed with you, and I had no idea what he would do, but he turned out to be one of the leading home run hitter.
He was
the leading home
yeah.
run hitter,
He
one of the higher MVP vote getters
Absolutely.
as well.
Freeze Pop's had a good year. It's just the 55ers coming on top. In 55ers, we have your Summer League T-shirts. Thank you so much to Spencer Gear, one of our great sponsors, for putting together those. And looks like Summer League is here to stay. You know, have our season on Memorial Day and then do a little bit of Summer League with everybody who wants to get some more wiffle.
So I'm going to throw this out there.
Another walk.
I really like the idea of a Memorial Day tournament, Summer League, Labor Day tournament.
Or you could do maybe Summer League playoffs on Labor Day. You could do something like that.
I like that too.
So it could be, you know, you could do a big barbecue on Labor Day or something.
Yeah.
The problem is like we take up Memorial Day. It's hard to take up Memorial Day and Labor Day because people like to go to the lake or people like to just be with family.
That's a true.
So that's why it was tough, you know, switching from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Because you know some people just have trips
The flip
planned.
side of that is that if people were not able to come to a Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend, you can fill those voids with people that are looking to get into the league. And I know there's a lot of people that, like the Marlins this year,
Sure.
they got an opportunity because we played on Labor Day, and the Royals and the Athletics could not provide full teams. So I think part of that is bringing new people into the game. They are looking forward to it, and I know there's a lot of people that have signed up and maybe never been drafted.
Yeah, there has been, and those people are some people sign up for the league that like nobody knows who they are, nobody has a connection to a skibby is what we kind of say. Like, you kind of have to know a skibby through somebody to get in this league. And every single one of these people here has a connection through a skibby, whether it is indirect or directly. And wow, 3 walks in a row here for Edlow. And
Brings up Benware.
Chris Metter, the manager, you know, kind of thinking in his head, like, what do you do here? Do you go keep walking in? I mean, there's one out.
Edlow started this game, right?
Yes, Edlow did start. He's going for the complete game win here. And Brian hits it right. Oh, Metter makes a play at third, and that is the game. He can handle that no matter what he's doing, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Benware is not happy.
And hits the foul pole more than I've ever seen anybody hit it. Brett, thank you for joining me again for these 2 games. I know you'll be announcing many games this weekend. This is going to be one of my...
Yeah, Jackson's going to do one with me.
As he wears, Jackson put on a jacket. Oh! All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and congratulations to the Twins on this win. Standings end like this. Brewers at 2-0, the Twins at 1-1, and the Astros dropped to 0-2. We will have all the stats, power rankings, everything updated for you. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Twins are back on the field at 7 o'clock. We'll see you guys then. See ya!